Well, it's hard for me to talk when I'm looking at such beauty, but I'm Stan Holdhouse, and I'm 82 years old. I usually say I'm 28, just reverse it. But that helps sometimes. Anyway, and I was born in Celeryville on October 10th of 1934. On the farm, when I was a little bit older, I took Kevin with me out on the field when he was about 2 or 3 years old. And I was on a cleat track pulling a plow. And it was kind of boring after a while, down and back, down and back. So I would let him off the tractor and let him just trudge across the field, and he just delighted and up and down over top the clods and stuff. And then he came back to the tractor, and I stopped the tractor and I went to let him on, and he tripped on one of those clods and hit his head on one of those cleats. And that naturally caused a few tears, scared the crap out of me. But as a little guy, my dad used to let me drive the tractor, and then he would be on the rub board and kind of push high level stuff to smooth things out. And when Wayne and I, my two cousins, who were 1 week apart in age, were traveling with my dad on one of his store routes. He delivered radishes, and he guaranteed the sale of all the radishes. So anytime the things rotted on them, where they sat there too long, he would give them a free basket and take the old ones back, and we'd dump it along the road and let it decay. Well, Wayne and I were riding on the back end of the truck, and we took great delight in breaking off the radishes and throwing them at something like a sign on the road. Well, a car came by. Wayne threw one that went through the window of the car and hit this lady right in the face. So that guy naturally was upset, and he stopped and turned around and come back. This was in Hopewell Out or Bascom, halfway between Tiffin and Fostoria. And he climbed up on the truck bed, and we were very happy to see my dad come back out of the store and say, "What's going on here?" And that guy says, "Well, one of these boys just threw a radish through the window of my car, hit my wife right in the face."
Yeah. Oh,
well, that was the end of our ride in the back of the truck that day. Wayne and I, as freshmen and sophomores in high school, Saturday noon we would be done for the week at the muck. So we'd go out to the field by, let's see, whose house would it be? Johnny Van Lyer's house would have been by home plate. And anyway, we would play baseball. And we spent 1/3 of the time actually playing, 1/3 of the time arguing about whether it was a ball or a strike, or if it was a hit or whatever. And the other 1/3 of the time hunting for lost balls.
So who were your best friends growing up when you were a little boy?
Well, we had 7 kids in our class. One was my sister-in-law, Jackie, and one was Wilma Newmeyer, or Wilma Wadsworth now. One was Joyce. Okay, then there was Glenn Newmeyer, and Wayne Holdhouse, and Roger Decker. Am I missing one? There were 7 of us, and I was the other one, I guess. And the big thing then, well, the big thing back then was when Kurt Burma and Herman Van Zoost, who were 5 years old, were playing with matches out in Coke's barn and set the straw on fire, and the whole place burned down. And the funny thing about it, we couldn't find those boys afterwards. But naturally, they were kind of shy. They didn't want to be found. One was hiding under somebody's bed, and I forget where else. But anyway, the funny story that came out of it was Bill Burma's wife, Peggy. She said to Dad Burma, "What did you do when you found him? Did you spank him?" And he says, "No, I killed him." He was so mad at her for even asking us such a stupid question. We were just happy to find him not burned up, you know.